Hi everyone. I am crazy. If you know me on Discord. Hello. Uh, I decided to do a series on how I got here, to where I'm at now, and where I'm going to be going. Uh, a lot of people know, and if you're looking at it on my YouTube channel, you'll notice a prior video of me asking folks if they want to join me in creating OOPS, or Open Orbis Project Simulation. And, well, to be honest with you, I have gotten very few responses, so I can understand that because a lot of people are like, I'm not going to donate my time, to this. No. So, uh, I decided that I was going to show people, you know, how I got here, how I got to the point where I'm at now. Now, I'm going to do this unedited and basically, there's no pausing, no nothing. I'm just going to run through it. For the most part, the only thing I got is a PS3 camera. I also got a green screen behind me right here. You know, um, cheap set of headphones or gamer headphones that I got from Five Below. They work really good. I can't complain. I do have lights for them. Let me see if I can find them. Hang on. Did you like this? Just a second. Let's see. Give me a second. Let me plug them in. If I can get them plugged in. Okay. Now, the funny thing is, I don't know if you can see them. Let's see. Yeah. Now, you notice that it changes color, but you notice that there's one color that doesn't show up. It's green. Yeah, so that's one reason why I just turned them off. So it's a lot easier not to play with. So, little cheap set. They're fun to have. They have a pretty good sound. I like the mic quality. The sound quality, I wish it had a little bit of an amplifier, but you can actually, put that in or get it from an app store somewhere in Windows 10. But let me quit going on about that. I've got a little cheap setup, and I see so many YouTubers out there. They got this massive microphone, and they've got this awesome camera, and they've got this awesome backdrop, and yada yada yada. I just didn't want to have the same, stuff, all this stuff behind me here, all this. I didn't want it to be green screen, I mean, here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let me go to it real quick. I can't find me. Okay, see, where's that? There we are. Okay, let me go here. Now, I'm gonna turn off this filter real quick, and you'll be like, "It's a green screen! Oh my God, he's got a green screen!" Yeah, I got a green screen. The only reason why is because what's behind the green screen? Yeah. Okay, so I have me a nice little green screen, and I can poof, take out the background. Now, as you see, there's quite a bit of haziness like over in here and kind of dancing around my head, but that's okay because, like I said, this isn't like a budget film or non-budget film. This is not like a multi-million-dollar film. I'm just doing some videos, and I want people to know who I am. Put a face with a name, so to speak. I started out by reading a book. I don't know if I've still got it up. No, let me go ahead and go to it. Uh, it's called Ready Player One. This is the audio book because I don't really like books, but I do like listening to audiobooks, and Audible would love to have me, sponsor, throw them on there. But yeah, they got to give me money first, right? But anywho, I got this book. I bought it, and it was pretty awesome. I mean, I love it. I love it to death. I listened to it like 500,000 times. Then the movie came out, and yeah, if you like, the movie, which I love the movie. Don't get me wrong. I love the movie. It was great. They did a great job of what they could do with it. But the book, this book right here is so much better than the movie. because the movie had to have limitations due to copyright laws and all that stuff. All the copywriters out there like, oh my god, all the 80s stuff. How dare you? Well, the guy Ernest Cline came up with a really, really good book. So if you get a chance to read it or listen to it, do so. If you've seen the movie, read the book. It's awesome. Trust me, you will not be disappointed. Okay. Now with that out the way, it started an idea, and this idea was to uh, build a game. And kind of like how the uh, what was it? James Halliday in the book, you know, uh, came up with the Oasis, and I'm not going to spoil too much of it, okay? But he came up with an awesome game that the entire world loved, and I was like, oh man, I am so going to be that person. No, I'm not. Okay, so I literally started getting into Blender, and I was in Blender before because my brother-in-law liked to do a lot of photography and stuff, and he used Blender to manipulate his pictures, and he got me interested in it, and he got me curious, on how to do 3D animations. Now, way a long time ago, I used Rhino 3D and tinkered around with stuff, and excuse me, and it kind of piqued my interest. So lo and behold, Blender came out, and this is way before 2.92. This is back in 2.70. I'm gonna say 2.75 is when I got started. And I was hooked, because you can create stuff, and it was awesome. So I got into it, and then I read Ready Player One or listened to Ready Player One, and it was like I'm going to so build a game because Blender actually pop it up here. Blender has this awesome thing. Had this awesome thing called the game engine. Oops, I clicked the wrong one. Sorry. This is the last Blender version to have the Blender game engine. Okay, as you see up at the top here, 2.79V was the last one because at 2.80 they removed it. So as you see in 2.79, it had the Blender game engine, and in 2.8 plus, right now this is 2.90. There's 2.92 out right now, probably 2.93 by the time this video gets put on. But if you notice, where's the game engine? There's none. You can't do anything. So a lot of people got discouraged and literally dove out of the gaming industry, and I was almost one of them. I was literally trying to find something. I looked at Armory, I looked at a couple other ones, and I was kind of really disappointed because Blender took out their game engine. But then I was saved because UpBGE came out, and UpBGE was been around before they took out the Blender game engine. So please don't think that they spawned off of it. They did not. They were out about I'm going to say about 2.75. And the thing was, they wanted to keep the BGE going, but they wanted it to be better than what Blender had it. And when Blender took it out, the guys over at BGE literally just kind of like took it on and went with it. And Armory did, and Godot, and all these other ones were like, yeah, we're doing that. We are the new BGE. But BGE was the original, start of BGE that, was really something better. It was a good fork. Armory was good, and they slowly but surely started going downhill because nobody did it. There was no activity on it. BG is constantly being worked on. I'm in the Discord server, and they literally keep going on and on with it. They're coming up with bug fixes. They're adding new things. They're keeping up with Blender right now. You can literally, I'm going to minimize this real quick. And let me see if I can find the right one. Okay, this is the latest one I've got. I actually really, really need to update because I'm still, in 2.92. Okay, so really need to update. But this is a BGE. As you see, it looks almost exactly like Blender 2.9, or 2.8 plus. So the only thing different is that you have game abilities. You can build games with this, and there are so many things you can do with it. And there's logic nodes that are coming out. I don't think I have that yet, but yeah, because I don't have logic nodes yet. Most people are used to the logic editor, which is the node blocks. You all know these, right? If you ever played with Blender, that's what it is. But I mean that's it, And so I literally was like diving into it, like, oh my god, I am so gonna finally build my game. Yes, I have a BGE now, yay! And then I realized I have to figure out how to learn Python because it uses a lot of Python scripts. Python scripts, are cool, but if you don't know what you're doing with them, you can screw some stuff up. You'll really screw your game up if you're really working on a good game project. So, you know, after downloading the new Blender, 2, mine was 2.8 or 2.90 right now, but I got to update. After downloading that, I realized I didn't have it, so I went to BGE and said, okay, this is where I'm going to be. So I started doing it, and I dove in, and Blueprint Random was one of the coolest people. He was trying to help me out, and he was trying to teach me, and I was trying to explain to him, I don't want somebody to hand this stuff to me. I don't want somebody just to drop code in my lap and say, here you go, put that in there. Hey, put this in there. Hey, put that in there. I don't want that. I want somebody who will literally sit down with me and go, okay, listen, this is how you have to do it. You need to put this stuff in here. This is how you work it, and I'm going to let you do all the work while I tell you how to do it. And then I'm going to explain it as I go. It's really hard to get somebody to do that, because there's two differences. There's a difference between a teacher and an instructor. An instructor, okay, shows you something, assuming that you already know what you're doing. A teacher, okay, shows you how to do something, knowing you have no clue about what you're doing. So, to find a good teacher, it's very, very hard. Okay, so I literally fell flat on my face trying to figure stuff out. I mean, I've got file after file after file after file of me trying to do it, and I realized that I was pretty much in over my head. So, my next stop was to learn Python. Now, in order to learn Python, you literally have to download the program, and then you get a couple books, and you try to figure it out that way. And let's see, where do I got it? Yeah, oh, sorry. Let me go here. Where's it at? Oh yeah. Where am I at? Desktop. Give me just a second, folks. There we go. Okay, so I literally decided I was going to go back and review some of my books that I did, or some of the books that I had bought. And one of them was Invent Your Own Computer Games. Hey, I could do that. This is not the first time I've been through this. Okay, this is, quite a bit of stuff here. I mean, quite a bit. So I'm only up to like this file right here right now. This is just an example file, but this is what I'm up to. But I've been through all of it already. Trying to learn it the first time, trying to hastily learn it and get it in my head. Now I am literally trying to slowly go through and understand it, soak it in, and soak it in slow. And what what got me to understand that you can't just cram it in your head and expect it to continue to work unless you do it constantly. And me myself being an older person, it's really hard to try to get something new in, old dog new tricks. So, trying to learn new tricks is going to be a little bit harder for me because I'm so hardwired into doing it a certain way. So I'm going over and over and over and over again on several books that I've got, and a lot of these are invent computer games. Let me see here. Where's it at? Where's it at? Downloads? I don't think so. No. I know I got it somewhere. But anywho, I have a bunch of computer books that I had purchased. And no, it's not in there. That I had purchased, and I decided that I was going to go ahead and and you know study up on these and learn them. And if I learned it, that'd be great. Um, in here, nope. I've got a lot of projects and scripts and GitHub stuff. Different things that I've been working on. Um, there we go. Okay, there we go. My Python books. Yeah, I bought all these because I wanted to learn Python. I mean, I literally drilled every single one of these books into my head, but failed miserably because of the fact that I didn't take my time in each one of them. I literally just ran through them as fast as I could. Now, I don't have a lot of time during the day. I have literally 2 to 3 hours. I mean, right now it's getting really late, and soon I'm gonna have to go to bed so I can go to work in the morning. I got a family to support, and kids to take care of, and job to go to. So I can't really just dump everything and say, "Hey, I'm gonna be a game dev." No, it's just not gonna work because I'm not. I can't do that. A lot of people drop everything and just go after it, and that's one dream I just can't just jump on board with. You know, I'm taking my time. I'm a hobbyist. I'd rather do it as a hobby. So I downloaded these books. I went through all of them, and yeah, I literally was not doing well because yeah, I'm learning Python, but I'm not learning anything else. But then I ran into KidsCanCode, and literally, let me see if I can go back one. KidsCanCode is a guy who literally is a teacher. He teaches kids in school, but he also shows people how to do stuff. And the only downside to his videos is that he goes into Godot, which is kind of similar to Python, but it's not exactly. But it's okay because it's a kind of a crossover. But I don't want to learn Godot. I want to learn a BGE because that's what I was used to. So I decided I was going to go ahead and learn how to do, coding with Python. And then I went to his, Pygame. And Pygame is an awesome little game engine, a Python game engine. And the guys over there, literally, they're still working on it day by day, day in, day out. I mean, as you see, they've got updates, since 2019, and they're still going. They haven't stopped, and they continue on. And I'm on their Discord server as well, so you know, they are constantly trying to keep it going. They're keeping it going. They have contributors who actually add to the code base. Being that it's open source as well, it kind of helps. So I got into it and I started doing it, and I created a couple of games and I put them on itch.io. You can go to my itch.io. I am crazy at itch.io.com, itch.io, excuse me. And I've got GTA 2, The Horde, and GTA Zombie, or GTA Z. I call it GTA Z, but it's GTA Zombie, and then GTA Zombie 2. Now, GTA Zombie is basically a little shoot 'em up game, and I can show you it real quick. I'm not gonna go into it too much, but see, that should be it. Yeah, if I can click it right here. Uh, see, I think that's it. Let's see, yeah. So it's just a little game. I created the everything on here, did all the text work and everything. I used Old English fonts. You get this little guy here. You know, he moves with the mouse. He runs forward. You can shoot. Kill zombies. Uh-oh. If you notice, I just backed up with the mouse. Left button, left button moves forward. Right button back up. Space to shoot. Move the mouse in order to move to rotate the character, and P for pause. So if you hit P, you pause the game. Okay. Now you have three different outcomes. You can win, lose, and either which way you can always start over. I'm just gonna lose real quick. And look, oh, I died. You can play again by hitting the space bar, to continue on. But we're gonna close out. Okay. But that's one of the games I made, and then I had GTA 2 Zombie, okay, which is basically the exact same game, except for I added a crap ton more zombies, added more guns, more health power ups, and a lot of people played it. They liked it. They thought it was fun. It was just it was actually the tutorial on Kids Can Code. Um, Kids Can Code in using Pygame. And I went through all this and learned how to do all this. Through like the little shoot 'em up, the platformer game. Then I got to the tile based game and I was really into it. And went all the way through the tile game and got to the end and I'm like, I want to do more. I gotta be able to do more. And so I did. I wound up doing that. I wound up doing, adding more to the game. So I just, like I said, I decided to continue on and build them up, and I built up GTA Zombie, and everybody loved it. And then I said, okay, I'm gonna throw a whole bunch more zombies in there because everybody was like, oh, it's too easy. I'm beating it. I beat it. I beat it. And so I threw a whole bunch more zombies in there, and people really had fun with it. So that's just an in and out to where I'm up to right this moment. So right this moment, that was a tutorial game. I went to try to start a new one and realized again that I'm, how can I say it? I lack in certain, troubleshooting techniques. Learning how to, set it up, how to get it right. Because, following Kids Can Code, he shows you, oh, you just do this, and you do this, and you do this. And he walks you easily through it. But then you get left with that, okay, well, now what? You know, so I created this file, and then I was like, okay, well, let me see if I can find them. Hang on. Don't know where I put it. Yeah, you gotta forgive me, I'm old. Yeah, there you go, Python game. Okay, here goes the original one. As you see, I have a lot of different dancing around, steering behaviors, tile map, before release, walkthrough, people showing me different things on how to do it. But you got to create a main, PY. You got to create the settings. You got to create the sprites. You got to create the tile maps. And you know, I don't know how to I know how to start one because I've got templates for it. I mean, I've got a ton of templates, but I don't have what I need. I mean, I've got my defaults right here. Look, uh, a basic main right here. If I open that up in idle, boom, there it is. Hey, I can actually start making another game. But I get to this point and go, well, what do I gotta do to initialize the game again? What do I gotta do to start anew? How do I get it to run? How do I get it to update? How do I get it to, run events? How do I get it to draw everything onto the screen? This part right here works pretty great, but I don't understand why this is, how to get this to work again. So I lack the knowledge to troubleshoot is what I call, to look at the thing and go, okay, setting up init. If I set up init, da 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 da, And as you notice, I've even got a mistake here too. Haha. I've got to fix that. You know, that I noticed. But, to get it started, I'm going to have to go through a tutorial session again and try to figure it out again, right? So this is the reason why I found myself back to doing this, going back to the book, a book that I know, and learning, not learning Python again, but restructuring my brain to think that, hey, you got to do certain things. You got to learn how to use a print statement. You got to remember how to, what, variables are, what the inputs are, and so on and so forth, and refresh my memory. So that's just the first part that I'm doing right now. So now that you're up to date with what I'm doing, you can understand that, when, a lot of times when I ask questions on servers or in chat sessions or in YouTube or wherever, I'm asking not because I want you to tell me the answer. I want you to help me figure it out. So if you want to follow me on this, that's cool. I'm going to go ahead and end it here and get started on it next time. And hope to see you back. If you want to, this will probably be the only time I ever say this. So, assume if you want. If you don't, no big deal. But if you want to cool. If you want to subscribe, cool. If you want to ring the little bell to get notifications, cool. No matter to me, you can like or dislike. You can subscribe or don't subscribe. Other than that, we'll see you next time.